Hey everybody, it's Rick Trummer again from Rick Trummer Consulting and Training, and welcome to part 2 of the Lightroom interface using the different tools inside Lightroom. Today we're going to be going over the last 2 tools that are inside here. You remember yesterday in video 1, we went over the first 3 tools as well as kind of looked over the basic tab just a little bit. But what we're going to do on this one is we're going to click on to the new section over here, and we're going to use the graduated filter over here as well. So like yesterday, let's go down to a new section. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the graduated filter. Now, does this look very similar to what we did yesterday? We have the exposure and we can be able to darken those particular corners that we have here. So this looks very much, let's go ahead and zoom back a little bit. As you can see, we've got this, be able to move this front and back. So I'm going to kind of create the starting point and the end that we have here. So just like yesterday, we can add a new one here. So right now we're in the edit button. If we added a new one, here we've got the new one here. And we can, again, bring the exposure or bring the vignetting or whatever we want to do. Anytime we want to go back to the old one, we just go ahead and click on it and we can move it inside here. So we've got 3 different ones that we're moving right now. Let's go ahead and move this one down here to this. And we're going to move it around. And so the great thing about this tool is that we can go in each selected area and be able to change those particular things up by just clicking on the area that we're looking at and being able to go in and make those adjustments. If we wanted to clear one, we can just click on it and hit the delete button and that'll take it off. So any one of these that we don't want in here, if you click on it, hit the delete button, you'll notice they kind of explode. That means that we can start all over again with some new adjustments. It's a great little feature inside Camera Raw, or Lightroom, excuse me. So this is a great little feature inside here. So let's go ahead and click off that last one and explode it. Those are, again, your graduated filter. And then your last one here is we're going back to your adjustment. So just like before, let's zoom in. Zoom and get in. So there we go. And we've got your targeted right inside here. So once you click into it, we'll be able to add the exposure that we need to. Let's go ahead and make this a new one right in there. Let's clear out the old one. So again, like all the others, just hit the backspace. That'll clear it out. So we're going to add a new one here. And remember when we raised the level of illumination, I'm going to add this section on. And you can see now they're both together. So I can bring that up. Really a handy tool to be able to go in. Like before, I've got the size of my brush that I can change, the feathering that I can change as well, and of course the density of those particular items that we have. You can hit the erase button and click on those areas, but it's just easier to click in and then use those to actually go in those inside. So again, very easy to use these particular targeted areas. Now, one of the things that we're missing, if you remember, was the targeted adjustment brush. We don't actually have that interface on Lightroom because some of the cooler other interfaces we have, that's one has been removed from. So we aren't able to do that adjustment inside here. But as you can see, you have as much power with all of the different tools inside Photoshop here as you do with anything else that's going. So once you're done, you hit the done button, and then this will take you back to the screen. Go back into the basics to be able to work that. So these are highlighting the simple tools up here in the upper right corner inside your basic adjustment area. And what we're going to do tomorrow is we're going to finish using that basic tab, and I'll show you a couple of the other features inside this application. Thanks for joining me today. Remember, this is Rick Trummer from Rick Trummer Consulting and Training, and it's always a pleasure to be able to talk with you. I'm glad that you're taking a look at both the ACR and the Lightroom presentations that I've made over the last 2 weeks. Remember, next week I'm going to be doing side-by-side comparisons with both the tabs and going into each of the features. Thanks again for joining me, and have a great week.